Hey everybody, this is video H5, practice finding percent of a number. These are pretty straightforward. So I'm hoping that maybe you've already done them and got like one wrong and you're just double checking, or you're gonna watch me do a couple more and then you're gonna turn off the video and do them all yourself. All right. So just some general things, and I was talking about this in the last video. All right, so 50% is about half. 100% is all of something, and 100% is more than you started with. And I just suggest that either at the start or at the end, you take a estimate. See if your answer is reasonable. All right, so 14% of 25. So my estimate, well, it's not going to be very big. Oh, you know what? 10%. Move decimal. 1 place to the left. Because that's such an easy thing to do in your head. All I'm saying is you would go from here to here. So 10% of 25 is going to be 2.5. So 14% is going to be a little bit bigger than that, but not much. All right, so draw the box. $100 goes here. Every single question that you do, 100 goes in the bottom left. Now I have the percent, so that 14 goes there. And then it says of, so that's my whole, so 25. So we're looking for a part of 25. My answer is definitely going to be smaller than that. All right, I'm going to cross multiply from here. I started doing that last video and I like it. Especially here because I don't have much room. All right, so 100x. That's going to be 350. So we want to get the x by itself, so we're going to divide. $3.5. I hope you know if you're dividing by 100, all you do is you move your decimal spot 2 spots to the left. That's just a quick way to do it. So dividing by 10, you move it 1 space. Dividing by 100, you move it 2 spaces. All right, so what is 60% of 70? Well, using my estimates, half of 70, which would be 50%, is about 35. So my answer should be a little bit bigger than that. $100 goes here, 60 goes there, 7 goes there, X goes there. I should have mixed up the questions. It's getting a bit boring. That's okay. Boring is good in math. Because that means it's building in those neural pathways, and the more times you do it, the stronger those pathways are going to become. But I did learn recently that I'm going to fess up. I made these videos all doing the same question over and over and over again so that you get to feel that success because you would learn the pattern. But I did read in a couple of spots where I should be mixing them up more so that you're building more patterns and connecting more of them together, not just learning one thing in isolation. But the answer key in the video is already, or in the worksheet's already done, so we'll mix them up as we go. Anyway, 100x is 4,200, 5 by 100, 5 by 100. X is equal to 42. That makes sense. I said it was going to be bigger than 35. Okay, 35% of 800. Please, if you haven't got the rest of this worksheet done, pause the video right now, do it, and then come back and just double check the answers, or you can look in the answer key, which is found at the back of your booklet. And if you're saying, hey, you know, that pattern is like the same every time, it's like, yep. But the magic of the box is the moment we switch to a different form of question, the box still works and the math will be really similar. All right, so 100x is equal to 28,000 divided by 100. X is going to be 280. Okay. Well, I asked for 35%, and my estimate, my nice lazy math estimate is, I know that 50% of 80, I should write that down. 50% of 800, that's half, it's like 400. So my answer here, because I did only 35%, should be less than the 400. Okay, that's probably the most likely thing you're going to do is accidentally maybe leave an extra zero or something on like that. So, all right, next question. $100 goes there, my percent, ooh, 12.5%. Doesn't always have to be whole numbers, it's all good. I'm going to use an A just because I want to. All right, multiply, cross multiply. Okay. No, never mind. Thought I had my answer wrong. 3750 divided by 100. So A is going to be 37.5. There we go. So in this one, I can look at it and say, well, 10% of 300, put it here, is 30. So the 12.5 is a little bit more than that. So my answer here is going to be a little bit more than that. You don't have to do the estimates, but kind of start doing that in your head. It's going to make you a stronger math person. Okay, what number is 3% of 1,000? I don't know, but I think it's pretty small. Right, because 10% of 1,000 would be 100. So my answer is going to be less than 100. Whoopsies, that's getting really small. And 3. There we go. So cross multiply. $100x is 3,000. I hope you are. I'm not sure if enjoying is the right word, but okay with this. Okay, so 100 goes there. We want, because we have 67. Stop. 100 always goes in the bottom corner. Boom. My number goes up here, or my percent number. So the left-hand side is always the percents. The right-hand side is the other numbers. And, oh. Okay. That was a goofy question I put in there. But let's do it, and then we'll talk about the answer. So 100x equals 67 times 100. 100x is equal to 6,700 divided by 100 divided by 100. X is equal to 67. And if you're going, Joanne, why did you do all that work? You could have just seen at the beginning, 67 over 100 is x over 100. Well, it's the same thing. It's going to be 67. That's all right. Sometimes you catch it. Sometimes you look at it after and go, oh, I should have known that. All right. I'm going to do this one first, because this one's probably going to take up a whole bunch of space. So leave more room for it. Okay. 320% of 144 and 5/10 or 0.5. What is the number? I don't know, but it's going to be pretty big because 100% is 144. This is like 300%. So it's going to be like 300 or 400-ish. Should be pretty big. But the math does not change. 100, 320, x, and 144.5. Okay, cross multiply. Oops, I did that backwards. That's okay. Right, it's multiplication. So whether I write x 100 or 100x, it's still going to be the same thing. It's just convention that we put the number first. Calculator, 320 times 144.5. All right, so that's 4,6,240. So 46,240. So divide that by 100, and I get 400. Oopsies, 62.4. Yeah, that makes sense, right? I said it'd probably be definitely over 300 because that'd be 3 times that. So, ta-da! All right. Then I stuck a little word problem in the corner because, you know, it's not like your boss is randomly going to give you some percent questions. They're always going to have context. There were 250 masks in a box. 98% were sewn correctly. Okay. What percent were sewn incorrectly? Well, we haven't done anything like that. But if 98% are correct, there's 100% is going to be all of the masks minus 98, which are the ones that are good. It's going to give me 2% are incorrect or incorrectly sewn. And I encourage you when you're doing questions, word problems, especially ones where you've got kind of like little chunks that you do, put some units on it or something so you remember what's going on. So, oops, need to fix that. So that's my percent that were sewn incorrectly. And it's a different question to ask how many were actually sewn incorrectly. So now we have to do the math to figure it out. $100 and We want incorrectly, so that's 2%. So it's not going to be very many. And there's 250 mass in the box, and X goes there. 100X is equal to 2 times 250. 100X, oops, sorry, here, we'll just move that. Don't need you squinting to try and see what I'm writing. 500, 5 by 100, 5 by 100. Oopsies. X is equal to 5. So there we go. So there'd be 5 maths in that box that were sewn incorrectly. Right, that's the end of the video. Have a spectacular day.